Welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute, your source of internet marketing inspiration.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute. I'm host John Henson, and this week just wanted to kind of reset and refresh for the big push to end the year strong and to set yourself up strong for 2023. But first, if you're here, a new listener from Clio, welcome. We were at the Clio Cloud Conference last week in Nashville. I was unfortunately not able to go, but Jana, Anna, and Megan from our team were there. They said they had a great time, met a lot of really great people. And so if you're here, if you heard about the show from talking with them, welcome. But yeah, it sounds like it was a really, really good time for everybody there. But for me personally, I definitely wanted to kind of take this time to just kind of even remind myself, like, hey, we're here in the first couple of weeks of quarter four. So now is the time to like really kind of start prepping for next year, especially all of the bigger goals and initiatives that you're going to be tackling, and for us over here at Spotlight Branding, a lot of really exciting things coming up. I think the biggest one will be that the survey for our 2023 trends report is going to go live here in the next couple of weeks, and we had such a huge positive response to that report last year. I mean, bigger than I think we even anticipated. And so, I want to encourage all of you to, once it goes live, and I'll give you the links. If you're on our email list, you will definitely hear about it. But give you the links to go and fill out that survey, because it's going to be really, really impactful data that's going to help you and help other small firm owners all over the country just really understand what other lawyers are doing, especially when it comes to their marketing. And I've tweaked the survey a little bit. If you took it last year, there's going to be some new questions in there, but we're also going to ask some of the same ones, and we're going to look at how that data changes from year to year moving forward. And so just going to be really interesting to kind of see what the dynamics are, what people are focused on with their marketing, what what their opinions are on marketing, various types of marketing. So I'm really excited for that. But in your firm specifically, what can you do to end the year on a high note? Especially we've got all these holidays coming up. For many practice areas, this could be a little bit of a slower season. Although if we're talking about the trends report from last year, a lot of people, I think, if I remember correctly, indicated that quarter one is typically a little bit slower, which is a little bit surprising because, usually New Year's resolutions, people tend to, make, start moving on bigger things like that. And so, and also, I know for family law in particular, quarter one is a very busy time of year. Criminal defense, usually with all the holidays, you get a lot of DUIs and stuff like that. But, quarter four, though, traditionally, you're looking at a lot of holidays, Thanksgiving, holidays towards the end of December, all the ones going on there. And people just kind of back off from a lot of their bigger decisions and responsibilities, or whatever the case may be. And so a lot of different practice areas may have an opportunity to focus more on their firm, and working on their firm instead of in their firm is kind of the terminology there. And so one of the big things that you can focus on this quarter is what your goals are going to be for next year, and what kind of marketing goals. How many leads do you want to create? How many referrals do you want to get? What's your revenue number? What do you want to try to hit next year? All these different things that business owners can consider. And whether you are going to start new marketing or you want to refresh your marketing, like, this is the quarter to really sit down and kind of understand what you want to do. Do you want to do more content? Do you want to try to do some paid ads? Do you want to look into some direct mail, whatever the case is? And it's just a good time, especially as the new year turns over. It's that good reset, that good just time, at least for me, because I like good rigid schedules and stuff like that. But it just feels like a good time to just start something new. And so in this quarter, you can give yourself plenty of time to prep, to ramp it up, and really roll out you know uh, a new marketing initiative. I will say, however, if a new website is in those plans, you need to start that now. All right. There are going to be uh, there will be vendors out there who say they can give you a good website in 24 hours or 7 days or whatever the case may be. In our experience, they're not going to be that great. They're going to be pretty basic. They're going to be websites that really you could have ostensibly done yourself over the course of a weekend if you had really wanted to. And so a really well put together website that's custom designed, custom programmed, custom written with all the copy for practice area pages, bio pages, whatever the case may be. That's going to take some time. That's going to take upwards of 60 days. And so if you are looking for a good website, a quality website, and I want to make that distinction, don't just settle for a basic website just to check the box off. Your website's going to be the starting point for most people's like research of your firm. So you want to make it a good first impression. Think of it like your digital office space. And so people are going to go to your website first, make sure that it makes a really good first impression. I think we've even had an episode on that idea before. And so a good website that makes a good first impression is not going to be one that gets put together in 24 hours or a couple of days. It's going to be one that takes time and one that's going to be well thought out, that really encapsulates the message that you have, the people that you're trying to reach, all of that. And so if that is in your plans for 2023 and you want to have it rolled out at the start of the year, now is the time to move on that. And so, I know for us personally, it'll take around 60 days, maybe a little bit faster if you're super responsive. That's also kind of a big key to that. And I know that, you guys can get busy, things can fall by the wayside, but the responsiveness on your end is also important when it comes to how fast something gets put together. But I know speaking for our end, 60 days is kind of the time frame, to move those kinds of projects along. And so, other companies likely will have, different time frames, but it also just kind of depends on how much work is involved in their own projects. And so do your due diligence, obviously, but, regardless of who you end up going with, I really, really, really do, suggest that you move on that sooner rather than later. Other than that, do your research on various marketing and all of that. We talk a lot about SEO and how that's just kind of seen as the industry standard and things to do. But the more you kind of dig into SEO, the more that you kind of see that like a lot of SEO is really automated and kind of happens naturally. Like Google's algorithms are getting better and better to just picking up naturally occurring SEO. And what I mean by that is if you're writing a blog article, for example, you don't have to, make a concerted effort to put in a certain number of keywords. As you write your article, those keywords will naturally appear based on what you're talking about, assuming that you are addressing a common problem, an issue in your field, and not just writing about a current event or an article on a court update or a law update or anything like that. Google is really rewarding the kind of content that addresses questions and stuff like that. And so, that kind of SEO will occur naturally. Paid ads, I would highly recommend you delegating that to someone else. Content, again, not just because we're a content company, but content is very time consuming to create. And so I would just highly recommend doing that, and delegating that out. You can still have a hand in it, especially the more you communicate with your vendors, the better your results will be, just because you can both be on the same page at the same time. But yeah, it's all about doing that research, feeling good about, what you do. And we have a resource on our website called 10 questions to ask your marketing company before you hire them. I highly recommend you guys go and check that out. You can go to our website, spotlightbranding.com, click over to the free resources tab. And I think it's like the fourth or fifth one down. But check that resource out, and every single consultation you have with a marketing vendor, ask them those questions, because it's stuff that we've seen a lot, that a lot of people get frustrated about, that where a lot of the early fractures and issues in relationships kind of start. And so, highly recommend checking that out. And if you plan on doing some new marketing or refreshing your marketing or whatever the case is, get started now. Whether you're planning or if you're trying to do a new website, get that process rolling as soon as possible so you can have it ready to go when the new year begins. All right. That's going to do it for us this week. Be sure to check out that resource, 10 questions to ask your marketing company before you hire them, on our website. And that's going to do it. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us. Please visit lawfirmmarketingminute.com for more information. We'll see you next time.